Look there. It's the one who brought those Pellinger brats to justice.
This place is nice, but it's not a home. Feels like I'm hiding down here. People like us, we need powerful friends if we're gonna make it in this world. Don't play coy. I see it in your eyes. You've killed people. Or you will. You've got the same urges as I do. Just between us, I hear the Dark Brotherhood is recruiting for some new blood. I'm gonna try my best to get their attention. You never heard of Tamriel's most elite guild of assassins? Rumor has it that if you take an innocent life and they notice, they'll offer you a place in the Dark Brotherhood. There, killers are free to pursue their true passion. Think about it. Word of advice. Urges aside, the Dark Brotherhood prefers to keep a low profile. Just remember, kill an innocent, get noticed. My sources say that recruiting is happening here in Anvil. I'll be at the docks if you want to talk some more. I don't want you to do anything. I'm just providing information. Letting you know that new opportunities are available if you're willing to spill a little blood. Don't take my willingness to help out as a sign or anything. I recognized a kindred spirit and suggested a way to satisfy your darkest urges. They'll get you killed if you don't keep them under control. And if you don't find the right allies. No need to be all insulting about it. Just remember that I understand. That mask you wear every day, the one you're desperately afraid is going to slip one day, you could throw that mask away in the Brotherhood. They want you for who you really are. That's one of the best things about the Dark Brotherhood. It hides in plain sight. No one knows where its headquarters is or how many members it has, yet you can go into any library and read a book about them. It's brilliant, really. Quite a few, actually. My favorite is The Night Mother's Truth. It describes the origins of the Brotherhood, although it might all be theory and conjecture. But forget the books. Everyone knows the Brotherhood exists, and most people fear them. Fellowship, safety, and security, to name just a few. I understand there's also a steady flow of gold from all the contracts. And you get to kill people. Can you imagine a better guild to belong to? Better than picking pockets, if you ask me. I don't want you to do anything. I'm just providing information. Don't take my willingness to help out as a sign or anything. Hey, I don't know exactly how they select new recruits. I'm just telling you what I've heard. Maybe you just need to be in the right place at the right time. Like Anvil. Of course, I've also heard they have eyes everywhere, so what do I know? I'm not one to reveal my sources, but Fat Grakal told me that he overheard Seaworthy Sarala say that there have been some mysterious murders committed on the Gold Coast. To me, nothing says Dark Brotherhood like mysterious murders. Oh, I got that from Margog the Hammer. Buy him a couple of ales and he spouts secrets like a bard spouts poetry. Just the other day, he told me that his cousin Crus killed a baker in Anvil. He received a mysterious visit that very night. You really don't know anything about the Brotherhood, do you? If they decide you're worthy enough to receive an invitation, one of their dark dignitaries shows up to deliver the news in person. It's kind of creepy, but it's also a singular honor.
You there. Wait for a moment, if you would. Pardon the interruption. I've been looking for you. Not me, but I have something for you. A letter. Confidential. Private. I have it here somewhere. Ah, yes. Here it is. Interesting. I'm also supposed to extend a verbal invitation to visit the lighthouse. Odd that they didn't just put that in the letter. Yes, the Anvil Lighthouse, just up the way. The sender ordered me to direct you there after I handed over the letter. I'm glad I found you. After looking for the woman with the eye patch all day, I figured I was in for a late night. Emily Crow? Do you know her? I gave her a letter right there on the Anvil docks. I have no idea where she went in such a hurry, but she seemed excited to receive it. Anyway, I have more deliveries to make before I can rest for the day. Farewell.
Come closer and let me look into your eyes. No remorse, no mercy. Yes, you do have the eyes of a killer. How many lives ended looking into those eyes? Enough that the Night Mother has noticed, obviously. Which brings us both to this place and time. I am a speaker for the Dark Brotherhood. I speak with the voice of the Night Mother. I act with the hands of our dread father, Sithis. I have an offer to make to one so skilled in the art of murder. An invitation, if you will. As well you should. I am certain you have questions, but first, we must determine if you are worthy of joining the Dark Brotherhood. You take lives easily and without hesitation. We know that you can kill. Now show us that you can also obey. Splendid. We shall see how well you marry business with death. But first, allow me to present you with a gift. I shall teach you how to call upon a particular tool of our trade. A tool for dealing death, of course. One forged by unseen hands. The Blade of Woe. Wield it from the shadows, and its edge shall deliver your prey to Sithis in the void. In return, I expect only unwavering loyalty and ruthless efficiency. Now, let us discuss the task before you. A killing that shall form a covenant between us, signed in blood. The Imperial noble, Lord Quintus Gerol, has been marked for death by the Black Sacrament. Your task is simple. Find Gerol and kill him. That isn't a question we ask. Suffice to say, he offended someone enough to get them to perform the Black Sacrament. The Night Mother heard the prayer, and now Gerol must die. This is the task I have set before you. Excellent. The noble's estate can be found northwest of Anvil along the Gold Road. How you perform the execution is up to you. Just make sure Lord Quintus Gerol dies by your hand. Then your initiation into the Dark Brotherhood will be complete. Our unholy matron and the one true bride of Sithis. We are her children, forever wrapped in her cold, loving embrace. There will be time enough for more questions after you complete the task before you. Just know that she watches you. She loves you, as she loves all her children. Do not disappoint her. The Black Sacrament is the ritual by which a client procures the Dark Brotherhood services. Using an effigy of the intended victim, the client pleads for the Night Mother to send an assassin to end the specified life. With no remorse, no regret. To put it simply, yes. The lives of the innocent and the guilty alike are ours for the taking. And every soul goes to Sithis, as long as the price is paid. Death is our craft, our religion, and our trade. And business, as always, is good. The Blade of Woe is the ebony dagger of our Brotherhood. It is a single weapon, unique and powerful in the right hands. When one of our brothers or sisters needs the blade for a kill, it appears to help carry out the assassination. To put it simply, the wise traveler asks for directions before the path diverges. Never hesitate to rely on your fellow Brotherhood members once you complete your initiation. I assume you want to know what awaits you at the noble's estate? Killing requires few special skills, but reaching your target? That's the real task, isn't it? High walls, locked gates, and armed patrols protect the estate. There is another way to reach the estate grounds if you're interested. A series of smuggler tunnels runs beneath the Withered Rose and leads directly to the estate's courtyard. That's the route I would take. And don't forget to bring lockpicks. Gerol is a cautious man. He never leaves a door unlocked behind him. The Withered Rose? A small hostel outside the city. Our lovely mother and daughter own the place, but they've had trouble making ends meet. The smuggler tunnels provide them with an alternate source of income, and they're perfect for your needs.
Someone call the guard! There's an intruder on the loose!
Seriously, Quintus, I appreciate you providing a safe place for our meeting, but couldn't you have straightened up a bit before we got here?
My apologies, Governor Fortunata, but there's no safer place south of Varen's Wall than right here, vermin notwithstanding.
I don't know, Fortunata. This place seems to suit you.
That's no way to speak to your betters, Count Carolus. Speaking of which, when are you going to finally turn Kvatch over to a proper ruler? Your people deserve so much greater than you.
My lord and lady, please. We have a more pressing concern, and it affects us all.
Careful, Quintus. I won't be spoken to in such a manner. But you're right. The Dark Brotherhood grows stronger and threatens everything we've built here.
I forgot to mention, Primate Artorius sends his regrets, but Cathedral business forced him to remain in Kvatch. He indicates that he will support whatever we decide.
I rule Anvil with an iron glove, but you let that glorified priest walk all over Kvatch, Count Carolus.
I govern, while Artorius handles spiritual matters and the Cathedral's defenders, the Order of the Hour. I have allowed them to patrol Kvatch until the murderer is apprehended.
Haven't the last few murder victims been suspected members of the Dark Brotherhood? Perhaps if we do nothing, this murderer will solve our problem for us.
I refuse to allow a vigilante to freely stalk the streets of my city. That is why I allowed Artorius to expand the Order of the Hour's authority.
If I didn't know any better, I'd think you and Artorius were building an army. Should I be worried, my dear Count?
Carolus, can we at least get your assurance that the Order will return to the Cathedral once this threat is resolved?
Primate Artorius gave me his word, and I give you mine.
And why should I trust either of them, Quintus? What good is their word when I find the Order at Anvil's walls?
That won't happen, Fortunata. We're not as ambitious and ruthless as you.
Despite his holy station, Artorius is a man. He has the same needs and desires as any other.
Lord Quintus, intruders have penetrated the estate. We need to move the three of you immediately.
Don't be alarmed, my friends. We prepared for any contingency. Commander, secure the halls. Make sure no one follows us.
Of course, my lord. We'll find the intruders.
We know that Quintus Gerol is dead. The Brotherhood has eyes everywhere. You have done well. The Covenant is sealed, signed in blood. Welcome to the family, sister. We have been watching you for a long time. Killing the nobles simply sealed our covenant. Now you need to meet your brothers and sisters. I will send you to a sanctuary, a safe house of sorts, a home, as well as a source of additional contracts. Not far. It's the reason I summoned you to the Gold Coast. There is much work to accomplish here, and you will be a part of that. Your new home lies to the north, hidden beneath Varen's wall. Go there, and attempt to open the Black Door. The Black Door will pose a question. What is the flavor of fear? Reply, sublime, my brother, and the sanctuary shall be open to you. Once inside, seek out Astara. She has additional instructions for you. Of course. Since the formation of the Dark Brotherhood, our shadow has stretched across the entirety of Tamriel. Not every sanctuary has flourished, however, and our grip isn't as secure as we'd like in certain parts of the world. Not that it concerns you, but Vardenfell continues to be a source of irritation. The Gold Coast, however, presents an opportunity we can all profit from. Here we can establish a foothold that will serve the Brotherhood for generations to come. I am the voice of the Night Mother. She conveys her will to the listener, who then passes it on to one of the 4 speakers of the Black Hand to carry out. The Black Hand, the instrument by which the Night Mother rules the Dark Brotherhood. It consists of 1 listener and 4 speakers, 4 fingers and a thumb. Never more, never less. The Black Hand oversees the sanctuaries, among other duties. Just a little business I had to attend to. I do like to keep my dagger sharp, as it were. Her family had certain documents and presumed to make allegations that might have embarrassed the Brotherhood. The Brotherhood isn't that petty, but we do have certain obligations to uphold. I gave her the greatest gift of all, solace. Just as you gave the same gift to Lord Jarrell. And there will be many more gifts to grant before your work is done.
You must be the new initiate. The speaker sent word that you were on your way. I'm the matron of this sanctuary. Obey me without question, and I'm certain we'll get along just fine. And this is for you, Shrouded Armor, the uniform of the Dark Brotherhood. You're one of the family now. You might as well look the part. And since you showed such expertise with the Blade of Woe, take this as well. I expect great things, Initiate. We are all brothers and sisters, children of the Night Mother and our dread father. Even lone assassins need a family. Introduce yourself to the others. They can provide advice and information, even support for your more challenging contracts. Eager, are you? That's good. Then go and talk to Elam Drawls. He handles lesser contracts for the new initiates. Prove yourself to him, and more interesting assignments will follow. Welcome to the family. Explore the sanctuary, meet the others, at least the ones currently at home. I believe Green Venom Tongue, Kor, Hildegard, Mirabelle, Simbar, and Tannic are available. When you're done, Elam should have a new task for you to accomplish. The past isn't something we talk about here. For most of us, our lives didn't really begin until we were called to serve the Night Mother. And I was called at a very early age. No one joins the Brotherhood and immediately steps into a position of power. That's not how we do things. I had to prove myself, show that I was dedicated to the Night Mother and her tenets. I served for many years before I earned my title. The Sanctuary has always been my home in the Brotherhood, if that's what you're asking. I've seen the Gold Coast change over the years, but that's enough questions about me. I wouldn't want to think you were taking my measure for some reason. Where did you... Oh, they were discussing that at the Noble's estate, were they? Bastards. It's true. Someone has been killing our brothers and sisters. When the hunters become the hunted, it's like the world has gone askew. We're investigating the matter. It's not unusual for our pasts to catch up with us, and it's not like we have a shortage of enemies. We'll learn the identity of this killer, and then there will be a reckoning. True. Few have the audacity to openly oppose us, but there are many who would love to see the Brotherhood abolished. This feels different. Stay vigilant. Keep your eyes open and report anything you notice as you execute your duties. A little ambition is good for the soul, but only a little. Complete the contracts assigned to you. It's as simple as that. Every life you send to Sithis pleases the Night Mother and raises your profile. Complete enough jobs, and you'll be rewarded. We'll trust you with more difficult contracts, assign you more high-profile targets. The awards are greater, and we'll ask you to help with matters of importance to the Brotherhood. But don't get ahead of yourself. Start with Elam's contracts first.
So you're the new recruit, huh? No, don't tell me your name. I'll, just call you New Blade. It's easier to remember, and, well, it's not like I'm gonna know you for very long. Yes, New Blade. That's so much better. Oh, I didn't mean to offend you. I just believe in full disclosure. We've lost an initiate and a fully trained assassin recently. Mirabelle's in denial, but I know what's happening. Someone's hunting the Brotherhood, and you make a tempting target. Sure you can. So could Derisa. She still ended up face down in an anvil alley with her throat slit from ear to ear. Whoever murdered her has some impressive skills. I'll give them that. Stay sharp, New Blade. We're not alone in the shadows anymore. Oh, it's a long and sordid tale, full of romance and daring do. Or if you prefer the short version, I was apprenticed to a smith in Sentinel. Loved the trade, hated my master. He liked to hammer more than just metal. When I had enough, I killed him. Oh no, that was just the beginning of my story. I was young and stupid back then. I ran, but apparently not far or fast enough. Got to spend some quality time in a Hammerfell dungeon for my actions. 8 years, if I recall correctly. Well, it wasn't sunshine and camel milk, but I survived. Met some people, learned some lessons. When one of the guards got slumpy, I was ready to act. Simple as that. Of course, my old life was over, but at least I was free. Hey, I had to make a living. I was branded as a killer, so killing was what I did. Worked for the crime boss Bashira for a while. Then I had a visit one night. The speaker scared the piss out of me, but I couldn't refuse his generous offer. The Dark Brotherhood has been good to me. They taught me to focus my anger, to let the Dread Father work through me. I have a home, an income, and a set of rules to live by. Life makes sense to me here in the Sanctuary. Oh, New Blade, there are always rules. The trick is to learn what they are before you get your hand caught in the sweet roll box. For us, it's all about the 5 tenets. I'm sure there's a book about them somewhere in the Sanctuary. Dorisa and Van. One was an experienced assassin who knew her business. The other was a raw recruit with hardly any blood on his blade. Kinda like you, New Blade. It could have been coincidence, but I think they were targeted by the same killer. Just a feeling, I guess. And the way they were left for all the world to see. Someone was proud of their work and wanted everyone to know it. And it had to be a professional. Dorisa was too good to be taken down by an amateur. Matron Astara tells us what to think, not the other way around. But yes, we've talked about this. All we can do is stay alert and try to figure out who's behind the murders. Until then, we're just jumping at shadows. Very dangerous shadows.
It's all right, little one. Just a new smell. Your new brother or sister must be here. Do you want to meet them? Come on now, Hilda. Don't be shy. Sorry, she can be skittish around strangers. New sister! Welcome! Welcome! You need anything at all, you come to me, yes? Of course! It's important to get to know everyone. You're part of the family now, and family helps each other. It's what we do. Oh, that's not a werewolf. Well, I guess it is. But it's also little Hildegard. She's really sweet, but you'll need to say hello later. She still doesn't have the hang of controlling her transformations. Hildegard is like the little sister I never had, but her true family was awful. They drank the blood of werebeasts. It's a dangerous practice, but not entirely unheard of in Nordlands. They even force their children to participate. We assume so. But as to why she can't control her transformations, that remains a mystery. She lost control one day, and hurt another member of the tribe. They cursed her and she ran away. I found her later. She was confused, alone, nearly mad. I'm a skilled hunter. Taming animals is almost second nature to me. It took time, but she came to trust me. Accepted me as her big brother. Before that happened, though, she nearly tore my face off. See? I still have the scar. Well, you know, there are some things we just don't talk about in public. I hope you understand. I will tell you that we love it here. We're part of the best family in the whole world. And we're glad to have you with us. I'm sure Hilda agrees. I always liked to hunt and fight. I became a soldier, but that turned out to be more about waiting around than actual battle. So I sold my sword as a mercenary, made some enemies, and soon found out that other sellswords were being paid to kill me. Indeed I did. Kept a low profile in town, spent most of my time in the wilderness. I almost decided to stop running, and then I found little Hilda. She became my reason to go on living.
So you're the new initiate. You're certainly cuter than the last one. And why wouldn't she, darling? I am her favorite after all. As a matter of fact, I'm everyone's favorite. I'm sure you'll agree soon enough. Anyway, it's a pleasure to meet you. May the Night Mother forever hold you in her cold and loving embrace. Forward. Believe me, this is my shy and unimposing side. After all, we wouldn't want to give my beloved Simbar the wrong idea, would we? Find me later, and I'll show you what forward really looks like. Oh, you really are too easy, my darling. I'm just having fun with you. I suppose I get that from my family heritage. The Motiers are rich, powerful, and blessed with good looks, and a wicked sense of humor. Just play along and enjoy.
Oh, there's nothing noble about my family. But I left that all behind. The wealth, the boredom, the servants waiting on me hand and foot. One day, I strangled my handmaid with a golden chain. And here I am. Life in the Brotherhood suits me. You shouldn't know anything, darling. We're a secret organization, after all. I suppose I can tell you that we serve the Night Mother. Her cold embrace binds us together. Never dishonor her. Our contracts aren't mere tasks. We carry out her will. Sweet mother, send your child unto me, for the sins of the unworthy must be baptized in blood and fear. These words, as part of a complex ritual, form the Black Sacrament, the means by which those in need pray to the Night Mother. Our mother hears the prayer and whispers to the listener. The listener sends a speaker to arrange the details and create the contract. Then the speaker selects an assassin to carry out our mother's will. It's more than just a job. It's a calling. This just got much too serious for my taste, darling. Let's talk about something, I don't know, more decadent. Like how I'd be nibbling on your ear if Simbar wasn't here. He's watching, isn't he? Maybe a little nibble is in order, A few. The speaker sends new initiates to the sanctuary every so often. New blood, you understand. Before you, there was a charming young lad from Glenumbra. Van something, I believe. A shame, really. He was too scrumptious to die so soon. Mind your tongue, Initiate. We're the murderers, not the victims here. But I suppose the circumstances were somewhat unusual? Someone left Van pinned to the wall of the inn in Kvatch, held up with multiple daggers. When I find the villain... You don't hunt the hunters. The Brotherhood hunts you. Anything else is a crime against the natural order. But enough of this dark talk. We're just working ourselves into a tizzy. I'd much rather get excited about something more enticing.
Welcome to the family, Initiate. Once you figure out your place here, I'm sure you'll do fine. Just don't try to encroach on Mirabelle's area of expertise. We don't need more than one spy and infiltrator in our sanctuary. Understand?
Ah, I heard we had a new initiate on the premises. I was just checking my notes and realized the details concerning you are sorely lacking. We'll need to rectify that before too long. She did. Interesting. I wonder what she's planning this time. Well, I'm certain everything will become clear, eventually. Even you, I suppose. Aren't you familiar with the cherished Black Marsh custom? Consuming various venomous concoctions to bolster our natural immunity? I drank so much my tongue turned green. Ha! The new initiates fall for that every time. And you as well, Initiate. I look forward to interviewing you at length when you have some time. For my journals, of course. I keep meticulous records. I'll help you, you'll help me. Isn't that what the Bretons call a win-win? What more could you possibly need to know? I am a Shadow Scale. My life begins and ends with the Dark Brotherhood. I could have sworn I explained this before. Let me check my notes. Well, like other Argonians born under the sign of the Shadow, I was taken upon hatching and trained to be an assassin. That makes me a good killer. A very good killer. What an intriguing inquiry. Attempting to ascertain if I actually like it here, or something more subtle. Well, Like or dislike is meaningless. I serve the matron as I served my former sanctuary, and as I served Black Marsh when called upon. The river carries us where it will, and that's all I prefer to say about that at this time. I was there, now I am here, as are you, Initiate. Perhaps, depending upon what you mean by something and me. Rest assured, whatever musings and observations I record herein are strictly confidential. Now this one I know I've written down. Study the 5 tenets. Learn them, memorize them, live them. There's a copy in the sanctuary, someplace. I'd let you look at this one, but I don't let anybody read my journals. That would be inadvisable. Such a curious mind. Then listen carefully, Initiate. Contracts must be taken seriously. Always obey the matron's instructions to the letter, and don't get yourself killed. Though that probably goes without saying.
You must be the new Initiate. I've heard some unbelievable things about you. Still, you can't be too good. Your name hasn't appeared on one of my contracts yet. What? Oh, that's a Dark Brotherhood joke. Don't you have a sense of humor? Did she now? Are you sure that's what she told you to do? Wouldn't want you to get in trouble your first day in the sanctuary. Now that you're here, we might as well discuss your training. Don't repeat what I say. It annoys me. Now, where was I? Oh yes, your training. Complete a contract, receive a reward. Prove yourself, and more significant contracts will be made available to you. It's simple, really. I don't expect you to last a week, but as long as you're still here. Ready for your first contract, Initiate? Not everyone appeals to the Dark Brotherhood through the Black Sacrament. For those with copious amounts of gold to spare, we usually indulge their more mundane requests. Are you ready to take on your first contract? Typically, you'll consult the ledger marked for death, but I've handpicked something special for your first job. Travel to the city of Kvatch, identify the target listed on this contract, then eliminate them. I encourage you to practice with the Blade of Woe, but as long as the target dies, it doesn't really matter how you kill them. Can you manage that? What are you standing around for? I'm not much to look at, and neither is this room. Anyone can find a reason to kill someone. Ambition, jealousy, humiliation. I once killed for a jester who couldn't take a joke. Careful who you heckle in Stormhaven. Me? I'm flattered. No, that's not the right word. Uncomfortable? Yes, that's it. Well, whatever do you want to know about me for? Not the brooding type? Good. They're a bore. I've been with Astara at this sanctuary since its inception. More years than I care to remember. In that time, I've done enough contract killing to know how to drum up business. It's my charm.
Murder is a filthy business in the eyes of Akatosh.
You're back, I see. How could I not? You're standing in my light. So tell me, how did you do? Well, good for you. But don't get too full of your accomplishments just yet. That was a fairly easy contract I started you with. Come back when you're ready for more. If the speaker or the matron give an order, though, that takes priority.
Kind sermonizer is at it again.
Those loudmouth fanatics! It's time to teach them a lesson about the blessings of silence!
Enough. I'll decide how we respond to these malign sermons. Initiate, I have a task for you. Once again, the pious idiots of Kvatch dare to provoke the anger of the Dark Brotherhood. Such an insult cannot be allowed to stand unchallenged. As if the Grand Sermonizer didn't have enough vices to rage about, now she's preaching against the Brotherhood. She says we are weak, powerless, a toothless dragon that inspires ridicule instead of fear. These lies must be silenced, permanently. Be wary. The Order of the Hour has increased its presence in Kvatch. Avoid the warrior priests if you can. Meet up with Tannic and silence the priests that speak against us, including the Grand Sermonizer. That will put the fear of Sithis in them. Tannic will meet you in Kvatch. I expect the two of you to deal with the Grand Sermonizer and show the people of that hypocritical city the real power of the Dark Brotherhood. The Grand Sermonizer and her priests spread lies about the Brotherhood for reasons I do not yet understand. Whether she seeks to insult us or acts upon some misguided tenet of faith, our response is clear. These impudent priests must die. She's one of the ranking priests at the Cathedral of Kvatch, right below Primate Artorius in the hierarchy. She won't be easy to find, however. Killing her subordinates may draw her out. Otherwise, rely on Tannic to locate the hole she's hiding in. Primate Artorius leads the Cathedral of Akatosh in Kvatch. The chanters and sermonizers bow to his authority as the chosen of the Dragon God, and even the Order of the Hour follows his commands. Pious and faithful, I find the man to be insufferable. Caution becomes the appropriate response after the deaths of 2 assassins, Initiate. But make no mistake, I expect you to assassinate the Grand Sermonizer. Tannic will be there to provide assistance, nothing more. Under normal circumstances, no. These recent attacks against us, however, have made circumstances far from normal. Concentrate on the Grand Sermonizer. That's your primary mission. The common folk fear us. The political leaders tolerate us. And everyone who needs someone dead and can pay the cost hires us without hesitation. Our reputation remains strong. But these attacks by the Sermonizers, they're obviously up to something. It could be anything. Certainly Primate Artorius and his priests have little love for the Brotherhood. I wonder, does the Cathedral plan to outlaw the Black Sacrament? Would they dare such an action? Regardless, these sermons are bad for business.
I was wondering how long it would take you to get here. Didn't Astara instill you with a sense of urgency about this mission? She must be getting tender-hearted after all these years. Yes, I say so. I find life to be a complicated series of pranks and pratfalls. Besides, this is your mission. I'm only here to observe and offer assistance if you get in over your head. Speaking of which, try not to get captured or killed today. No, that would be boring. You start murdering the Sermonizer's priests while I take on the real challenge. I'll locate her hiding spot. Then I'll find you so we can kill her together. That will put the fear of the Brotherhood in the Kvatch people. Be stealthy or slaughter everyone that gets in your way. Whichever works best for you. They all wind up with Sithis in the end, so what's the worry? Now, let's get out there and deal with the Grand Sermonizer and her lying priests. Time to dip our daggers in Sermonizer blood. Watch your back, New Blade. Our quarry cowers in her family's estate outside Kvatch. I'll meet you there, New Blade. And if you really want to impress the matron, kill a few more Sermonizers along the way. No Order of the Hour? Huh. Follow me, New Blade. New Blade, come quietly and listen. Our quarry stirs below.
Grand Sermonizer, have you discovered the location of the sanctuary yet?
Unfortunately, this assassin expired before revealing anything useful.
I'll capture another. Try not to kill this one before we learn the location of the Dark Brotherhood's lair.
Lord Akatosh, hear our prayer. We just prepare the body, like so.
Who is that black-armored warrior? Some kind of mercenary? Now's our chance. Follow me. She tortured Simbar. Such an insult to the family cannot stand. At least he knew how to hold his tongue. What foul magic is this? New Blade, beware. I feel so weak. I can't move.
This is unexpected, but I refuse to die here.
I'm just gonna sit here and see who comes for me first. Sithis or Tall Papa?
Tanik, are you planning to just lay down and die?
They knew we'd come for Simbar. Trapped his body with some kind of foul death magic.
Get up, you milk drinker! Sithis still has work for you to do. Initiate, the Grand Sermonizer is yours. I'll get Tanik home.
Defend me, Knights of the Order of the Hour! Show this assassin the true power of Akatosh! Trust in Akatosh! Let the Dragon God guide your strikes! Murder me if you must! It won't save your Dark Brotherhood!
It seems I'll need to use something harsher than words. The Black Dragon.
Lord Akatosh!
Kor brought Tanik home injured but alive. He told me you went after the Grand Sermonizer. Tell me, has the deed been done? Simbar was one of our best. To allow himself to be captured like that. I didn't think that either the Grand Sermonizer or the Order of the Hour was capable of such a feat. Why go to all that trouble, I wonder? Black armor. I've heard rumors of such a warrior, but to seek the location of our sanctuary. It appears we're at war with an unknown adversary. I need to think about this. By the way, Tanik woke up and asked to see you.
Don't worry, Tanik. A cask of mead, and you'll be back on your feet in no time.
Shit, your mead tastes like bee vomit. I think I'll pass.
Oh, Tanik, I hate that this happened to you.
You worry more than the matron, Hildegard. I'll be as good as new before you know it. Ah, the new blade has arrived. Give us the room if you would, Kor.
Certainly, Tanik. But I still expect you to be completing contracts again in a few days.
I'll do my best not to disappoint you.
Take your time, Tanik. I am going to go say a prayer for your quick recovery.
Kor and Hildegard mean well, but they're worse than a couple of mother hens. You're alive. Does that mean the Grand Sermonizer is no longer with us? We're not certain what kind of magic the Grand Sermonizer placed upon Simbar's body. But I'd be dead too, if not for you and Kor. I'm indebted to you both. And I'll make sure that everyone remembers Simbar's bravery. He refused to give up our secret, no matter what the Grand Sermonizer did to him. It does make me wonder about the warrior who was able to defeat him, though. Simbar could easily best me in a fight, and that warrior bested him. If you encounter her again, don't underestimate her skills and abilities. She's hunting the hunters, and that's a game I have no desire to play. A chance to beat your record. How many of the Sermonizer's priests did you murder anyway? Seriously, New Blade. Stay sharp out there. The roots of our trouble stretch deep below the soil. Things are gonna get worse, my friend. Mark my words.
Ah, friend. Am I glad to see you? It's Hildegard. She never came back after she went to say a prayer for Tannic. I think I could use your help. After Tannic was injured during the Grand Sermonizer incident, Hilda went to pray for him, and I haven't seen her since. No one has. It's not like Hilda to just disappear without saying a word to me or Astara. She loves temples, but the trouble in Kvetch has made her avoid the big cathedral. Lately, she's been visiting the great chapel of Debella in Anvil. I think the rituals soothe her. Will you come to Anvil and help me find Hildegard? I'll meet you at the chapel in Anvil. Hopefully we'll find Hilda curled up and sleeping under Debella's statue. Just be careful when you get to the city. The Pirate Queen hates the Brotherhood almost as much as the Sermonizers do. She likes to commune with the divines and with nature. And she takes on contracts like the rest of us. So it's not that unusual for her to be away from the sanctuary. But with the recent attacks against us, I can't help but imagine the worst. I hope she's all right. But who knows what to think when the world turns upside down? Someone's been murdering the murderers. If Hildegard's been hurt, or worse, I don't know what I'll do. What are you implying, Initiate? Hilda is like a sister to me. Ever since I found her, I've been trying to help her come to grips with her situation. She may be a werewolf, but she's a good person. The Brotherhood is lucky to have her. Why is that so hard to believe? She's an excellent tracker and a ruthless killer in werewolf form. Sometimes she brings back body parts she's still gnawing on, but who hasn't gotten lost in the moment a time or two? And I always clean up the mess. The Pirate Queen hates everything she can't control. The Count of Kvetch, the Primate, us. She wants to rule the entire Gold Coast, but we're not willing to just roll over and give in to her demands. We're independent, and we like it that way. Hilda's not here. Let's ask around and see if any of the worshippers have seen her.
Bask in the holiness of this sacred place, and let your troubles fade away. I have seen many such women in this city. I heard the governor wore one at a recent appearance, and now the custom has become a sort of fashion statement. Sorry I cannot be of more assistance to you, Wayfarer.
Now I've lost my train of thought. Well, since you've already interrupted the writing process, what can I do for you? A Nord? Here? Is that even possible? I have it on good authority that the typical Nord melts in hot temperatures. Come to think of it, I'm surprised I've never met a Nord. One more thing to do before I finish my memoirs, I suppose?
I wonder if I can get a priest to tell me how they keep the fires burning. I hope it's not one of those sacred secrets that they're always going on about. Now that you mention it, I remember a young woman. No, wait. That was a wood elf. Carried around a bouquet of flowers. Talked to them, smelled them. Then she ate them! Really, wood elves are very strange.
My, someone is certainly curious about this Nord girl. I wonder who she could be. Your interest in this young Nord woman has certainly piqued my curiosity. Tell me who she is, and I'll tell you what I saw. I saw a young Nord with a flower in her hair talking to Chanter Nemes over by the Akatosh Shrine. I remember because it was so odd. He was whispering in her ear and standing much too close for a man who wasn't her father or her lover. Oh, believe me, I tried. When they were finished, the poor young woman had tears streaming down her face. She ran out of the chapel as the chanter looked on. He had a self-satisfied smile on his face. Do you think he said something improper? No, of course not. A man as pious as Chanter Nemes would never do anything untoward with a young Nord woman. I mean, even the rumor of such an event would be scandalous. Don't worry, though. I won't say a word about your friend and the Chanter.
Troll's blood! Can these people gossip? They're worse than the Rat Master's informants, and he pays them to dredge up secrets. Hilda was here, but no one can say where she went or when. Tell me you had better luck, Initiate. A chanter spoke with Hilda? That's not what I wanted to hear. Understand, Hilda isn't like us. She grew up in the wild. The idea of being civilized is really new to her. And she still feels guilty about the wolf that's inside her. It certainly sounds that way to me. It doesn't take much to turn her guilt about what she's done as a wolf into self-loathing. I'm constantly trying to get her to change her feelings on the matter, but her beliefs run deep. Back to where it all began. Back to Skyrim. I'll check at the docks to see if she's tried to secure passage on a ship. You go talk to the caravan master. Hopefully one of us will discover which route she took to go back to where the wolf was born.
The next caravan will be ready to leave shortly. If that interests you, find a place nearby to sit for a spell and I'll call you when we're ready. Well, isn't that interesting? You're the second menacing stranger that's asked me about a Nord who may or may not have fled in tears. Even if I had seen this young woman, why do you think I'd tell you anything? Right. Her family. The way that young woman was crying, you'd think Molag Bal himself was after her. Or someone like you. If I had helped the Nord, and I'm not saying I did, you'd have to do a lot better than that to get me to tell you anything. Sorry. I protect my customers and their secrets. I've got nothing else to say to you.
Caravan Master, please! The young woman with the flower in her hair, she's in terrible danger!
Well, look at you! You must be the brother.
So you did see Hildegard. Please, you'll need to tell us where she's gotten to.
You're all she talked about other than begging me for transport. She said she was gonna miss you most of all.
Word on the docks was that the Silver Dawn was looking for my sister too. We need to know where she went.
The young woman wanted a ride to the Yarral Mountains. I sent her on the last wagon, but I can take you there if that would help.
We'd appreciate that. Thank you. The news about the Silver Dawn has made me even more concerned about Hilda's safety. We have to hurry! The Silver Dawn are werewolf hunters. Whatever that chanter said to Hilda has made her run back to the wilderness where I found her. And now a hunting party is on her trail. They're going to kill her, Initiate!
Sorry I gave you the runaround, but I was just trying to protect my passenger. Those Silver Dawn ruffians came around asking about her right before you did. I didn't say a word to them either. Just let me know when you're ready to go to Skyrim. Then hop aboard the wagon and let's get going. I'll get you there as fast as I can without throwing a wheel. Well, at least without throwing more than one. If the Silver Dawn hunts your friend, you better be ready for a fight.
Let's split up and look for Hilda. But stay alert. The forest is probably crawling with Silver Dawn hunters.
Dare challenge the Order of the Silver Dawn? I'll tear your head off and mount it on my...
Spare me, and I'll tell you where the werewolf is. We tracked her to the south.
It's me, Hilda. Your big brother. Calm down. We're here to help. Remember yourself. Remember who you are. That's good, little sister. Very good. Now breathe. Relax.
I did not mean to cause so much trouble. I never meant to put you or Core in harm's way. I meant to, but the Chanter told me I had to flee. He said my past and my wild nature were going to cause the people I love to come to harm. He said the deaths of our brothers and sisters were my fault, and it was going to get worse if I remained. The Chanter sings to the Divines. He speaks for Akatosh. I had to tell him things. About me. About the family. It happened before. I was a danger to my wolf clan. Now I am a danger to Core. To you and the others. You are all better off without me. No! Why would the Cantor do that? He told me to return to my old life. To the wilderness. He said I'd be safe. That no one else would get hurt if I left. He promised that Akatosh would show me the way. You really mean that? Even after I abandoned the family? You still want me around? I'm sorry I caused so much trouble. I let my fear allow the Chanter to deceive me. That is not going to happen again. Core and I, we'll handle things. Together.
Looks like you found your friend. And all her limbs are still attached? Are you ready to return to Anvil now? Are you sure? Nothing else you need to accomplish before we head out?
Thank you for saying such kind things to Hilda. I know she's taken your words to heart. You did good, Initiate. I'm glad you're one of us now. I know, and I will. I'm just not eager to see Astara. She won't be pleased when she hears about this. I wish I knew what Chanter Nimbus hoped to accomplish. Someone needs to stick a fork in him and call him done. Anyway, we'll see you back home.
Now that it is all over, I feel like a fool for listening to the Chanter. I might have to pay him a visit one of these nights, and even the score. I guess you never heard. I grew up different. My parents were Nords, but we followed a different path from most other Nords. We admired the werebeasts, wanted to be like them. We drank their blood. My clan were hunters. We worshipped Hircine. Becoming a werewolf was part of that. It was the way things were done. But I could not control my wolf form. I hurt someone. Badly. After that, I ran away to save them. Not at first. I lived on my own, deep in the mountains. I was wild, feral. Then Core found me. He took me in and gave me a family again. If not for him, I don't know where I'd be right now. Now if only I could make that damn Chanter pay. You would do that? For me? I thank you. Chanter Nemes tends to the Akatosh Shrine in the Chapel of Dibella. He spends a lot of time in the chapel office when he isn't lying to foolish young women. Make him feel pain before you kill him, all right?
You need to go. Now!
I understand we have you to thank for Hildegard's safe return. Are you going to tell me what happened, or do I have to torture Core until he sings? I hope you're right. But why do the Akatosh priests seem to be moving against us? First the sermonizers, now this. Are they trying to take advantage of our recent setbacks? Or is there something more going on here? At least Hildegard is safe now. A contract has come our way that includes an unusual request. The client wants to meet the assassin assigned to carry out the task before paying our exorbitant fee. It's rare, but not unheard of. and the Black Hand agreed to the request, so who am I to complain? I'd like you to deal with this one, Initiate. Go to Anvil Castle and meet with our client. I'm sure she's got a good reason for altering our protocol. Oh, didn't I mention? It's none other than the self-proclaimed provincial governor of Anvil, the Pirate Queen Fortunata Abdugal. I expect you to handle this like any other contract. Acquire your target, plan your attack, and make your kill. Go and see what the Pirate Queen has to say, Initiate. At the very least, it should be amusing to let her think she can order us around the way she does her Red Sail's lackeys. I look forward to hearing all about it after the deed is done. Knowing Fortunata, it could be anyone. She's made as many enemies as she has friends since taking control of the Gold Coast. Probably just a noble who insulted her at one of her elaborate parties. I'm sure there's a book about her around here somewhere. Oh, very well. Fortunata worked for the Gold Coast Trading Company before she used her influence and connections to become the Pirate Queen of the Abetian Sea. With a fleet of ships and an army of pirates, it helped that the region had been decimated by Varen's civil war. She was so bold as to claim the entire Gold Coast as her domain, but Count Carolus and Kvatch still have a little to say about that. It's crawling with Red Sail's pirates. Fortunata keeps it locked up tighter than her dowry chest, but she is expecting you. Mirabelle knows the Anvil Castle well. She spends time there pretending to be a servant so she can keep an eye on things. Certainly, and she's very good at it. For the eventual day when we have to move against the Pirate Queen, we'll have Mirabelle in place and ready to act. Of course, such a day may never materialize. But I believe in preparing for every contingency.
Well, you look interesting. I'm quite certain I don't remember seeing you around the castle before. Even so, I do hope there's a good reason for this interruption. Ah, of course. You're one of them. I wasn't sure you'd honor my request since I refused to perform that ghoulish ritual of yours. I suppose even the Brotherhood can be bought for the right amount of gold. You're just going to stand there all dark and silent? Well, I wanted to convey my orders directly so there'd be no misunderstanding. The Order of the Hour has expanded its mandate beyond the Kvatch Cathedral. That's a threat I can't ignore. I'm sure this is all Count Carolus is doing. He constantly defies me, damn the man. Doesn't he realize the Gold Coast is better off under my control? Anyway, kill Commander Marcus Scipio. That should show the Count that the Hour can't protect him. Now that you mention it, there is one more thing. After you murder Scipio, go and tell the Count what you did. Scare the pants off him and drive home the point that the Order of the Hour can't stop the inevitable. The Hour has moved its most elite members into Castle Kvatch and locked the place down. You'll need to find a way inside to get at Scipio. My Ratmaster tells me the guard tower might be the best route. The key can be found on the Castellan.
Move along. The castle has been closed by command of the Count of Kvatch and the Order of the Hour. Do you now? I suppose you have a writ from the Count? Or maybe a seal from Primate Artorius? Or a pass from an Hour officer? No? I didn't think so. Move along. You know, a scroll bearing the hallowed seal of the Primate of Akatosh. Shows you have the Primate's blessing. Without one of those identifying documents, we'd have no way of knowing who belongs in the castle and who doesn't. You can't. Not unless you're a new Hour recruit, or you're one of the chanters from the cathedral. Other than that, no one else is allowed in the castle at this time. Now move along before you get on my bad side.
I find that a visit to these graves is almost as uplifting as a stroll through the cathedral. Of course! I am one of Akatosh's chanters, after all. But why in the name of the Dragon God of Time are you interested in the Primate seal? I will not! That seal is a declaration and a confirmation of my faith, and I take my faith very seriously. By Akatosh's hourglass eyes, you're one of those dark assassin people! The ones the Grand Sermonizer warned us about. Look, there's a hidden passage in the moat, along the western wall. Use that route if you really need to get into the castle. I'm not foolish enough to cross the Dark Brotherhood. It's true. Normally chains firmly bar the moat door, but that changed recently for reasons I'm not privy to. Someone must be using it. You can use it too, if you're quick and quiet about it.
For the sins of the unworthy must be baptized in blood and fear. Didn't work. Yes, it must have. I performed the ritual just as described night after night. And now you're here. I suppose there's no turning back. I have to go through with this for the people of Kvatch. Fortunata must be stopped. I have the gold required for payment, but I wanted to offer you something more. I can tell you who's been murdering your assassins. You're not? Then why have you slipped past my defenses and entered my... Oh no. Fortunata sent you, didn't she? You're here to kill me! You murdered the commander. I see. Another one of Fortunata's insults. Pay to weaken the Order of the Hour, but killing a count is just a waste of gold. But you are one of the Brotherhood, and I performed your ritual. Let me pay you to kill her. Then pass along the message to your superiors. Let them know I have gold and information. I can point you toward the person hunting your agents and... Wait, who's that? Is he with you?
Initiate, let us speak. I arrive in response to the Black Sacrament, and look who I find. An interesting turn of events, don't you agree? One contract comes into conflict with another, and you're caught in the middle. That makes you the ideal candidate to sort things out. The Night Mother heard the Count's prayer, and Fortunata Abdugal has been named. Her soul is promised to Sithis now, and you will keep that promise. The Count's contract is yours to fulfill. You completed Fortunata's contract to the letter. No one can say that the Brotherhood didn't discharge its obligations in that regard. Now we have a new contract, and not all the gold in Anvil can change that. The Count's sacrament is yours. Very good. Seek out your sister Mirabelle in Anvil Castle. She can provide aid and advice should you need it. The secret exit in the Dignitary Suite is the fastest route out of this castle. Now go and fulfill the Night Mother's will. My dear Count, let's discuss the terms of this contract.
I assume you have a reason for approaching me while I'm working. What is it? Are you trying to get me noticed? Wait a moment. Did you run into a problem with the governor's contract? Did something go wrong? Interesting. I knew we were going to eliminate the Pirate Queen eventually, but I didn't expect that today would be the day. Why the sudden change, I wonder? He did. I'm impressed. I didn't think the old Count had it in him to ask the Night Mother for help. First the governor contracts you to perform a kill, and then you get a contract to kill her. The Speaker must love this. Of course he did. I've been studying the castle and the governor's habits for months now. She keeps a pantry on the upper level. I suggest a dose of poison.
Drop it in her favorite decanter of wine, and that should do the trick. The Speaker sent you to me, didn't he? I know Anvil Castle like the back of my hand, and I know the Governor. Poison lets your target do all the work for you. And Fortunata can't resist any excuse to reach for a decanter of her favorite wine. Oh, I'd love to put an end to her royal pain in the arse, but the Speaker gave this contract to you. I'm just here to offer advice. Tell you what, after you poison Fortunata's wine, I'll stop by for the show. We can share a drink and watch her die. The Governor's private pantry is on the top floor. The place is a maze, though, and the red sails guard the direct approach 9 ways to Sundas. I'd use the secret passages in the eastern corridors. Just look for a red drape over an alcove. Naturally. Most castles have them. You just need to know where to look. Once you pass through the entry hall, the guards will consider you a threat. If you want to avoid being seen, find a red drape and use the secret passages.
How in Oblivion's bleakness did you get in here? No, don't tell me. I don't really want to know your trade secrets. To what do I owe the pleasure of this unexpected visit? Can I assume that my little problem has been dealt with? That's perfect. Splendid, even. I'm going to overlook the way you so rudely barged in here and offer you a drink. Join me on my balcony. Sure you'll appreciate the view. Fetch my wine, girl. You know the one. And bring something less expensive for my friend here. I miss sailing the open sea. Things were more clear out there. Kill or be killed. Take whatever you can carry. Fight to keep what's yours. It's the same here, I suppose. We're just less honest about it.
Your wine, Governor.
Mirabelle? Where's Edwina?
You know how clumsy Edwina can be, Governor. While she cleans up her mess, I brought your wine so you wouldn't be kept waiting.
Initiative. I like that in a serving girl. Very well then. A toast to taking what you can and fighting to keep what's yours. The wine? What did you do?
We'll drink to your memory, Governor, and to the glory of the Night Mother.
Mirabelle? She's one of you!
Life is fleeting, Fortunata. An illusion. And in the end, everything belongs to Sithis. Tell him I said hello. I'll see you back at the sanctuary, darling. After I clean up any evidence of our involvement.
The Speaker brought me news of your success in Kvatch, and of the events that followed. I must admit I didn't expect you to return from Fortunata's den of pirates and brigands. Does this mean the Pirate Queen has been dethroned? Then I believe a new title is in order, Initiate. You've demonstrated skills and abilities that we will definitely need in the battles to come. Stand tall, Assassin. You've earned your place in the Brotherhood, and we're proud to have you among us. You're too close to this one, Mirabelle. Besides, the Speaker has already decided.
Too close? They killed Simbarastara. I'm going to be a part of this whether you give the command or not.
Assassin, when you have a moment. Assassin, it's time to collect a payment past due. Mirabelle's outburst doesn't concern you, Assassin. Focus on the task at hand. Count Carolus still owes us for the sacrament. He claimed to have information about the Black Dragon. Meet him at the ruins of Dossick Moor and find out what he knows. We're not sure, but that's where he requested to meet. He has a camp there which he's using for his own clandestine purposes. Before you go, talk to Mirabelle. She has information concerning the Count that could prove useful to your mission. Don't dawdle, assassin. I gave you a job and I expect you to handle it. Curiosity isn't a trait I encourage, especially when it comes to matters inside the sanctuary. Still, you'll find out soon enough, I'm sure. Mirabelle has allowed Tanik's injury and the deaths of Simbar and the others to make her emotional. The deaths hit her hard, especially Simbar's. She craves revenge and it's making her anxious, reckless. That's dangerous for an assassin. We need to be cold, precise, calculated. The heat of emotion leads to mistakes, and that gets people killed. As close as any lovers can be, I suppose. The recent deaths visited upon us have affected Mirabelle, but Simbar's torture and murder, that one has left a mark. It has made her emotional, which is never a good thing in our business. Have you been so inundated with contracts that you've forgotten? The Count performed the sacrament and named Governor Fortunata, promising us gold and information on the Black Dragon. You completed our part of the bargain. Now it's the Count's turn.
Astara just gave you my mission, didn't she? Well, I can't say I'm surprised. Did she? So I get to do all the work and you wind up with all the glory? I'm getting a little tired of sticking to the shadows all the time. I'm sorry. Was there something else you wanted from me? Excuse my attitude, but you have to understand. Simbar. Anyway, I've been hunting the Black Dragon, on my own. I got so close I could hear her voice, but I had to break off the hunt. I didn't want to wind up dead, you understand. Isn't it obvious? She thinks I've lost my perspective, that I'm too sad or angry or whatever to do the job I've done 100 times before. Just promise that you won't tell Astara about any of this. She already thinks I'm reckless enough as it is. I appreciate your discretion. If Astara knew what I've been up to, she'd confine me for my own protection. We're assassins, damn it. We don't need protection. One more thing. The last time I tracked the Black Dragon, I followed her past the Dossick Moor ruins toward the old enclave of the Hourglass before I turned back. Make sure the Count tells you what he knows about the Order of the Hour's old haunt.
I'm not used to being ordered about by a clandestine organization, so let's get this over with. I'd prefer to conclude our business and forget all about that dreadful ritual I had to perform. I already told your associate everything I know. The woman with the dark hair and the staff. Mirabelle, I believe she said her name was. Do I really need to repeat myself to every assassin that slips out of the shadows? Of course. I assume you don't know the Black Dragon is the first sword of the Order of the Hour. My spies report they're amassing an army at the enclave of the Hourglass. Siege weapons, new recruits. They threaten Kvatch and the Brotherhood alike. If that's everything, I'd like to get back on my horse and return to Castle Kvatch. If I'm gone too long, I suspect Primate Artorius will go ahead and change all the locks. Oh, very well. What's a few more moments when I get to spend it with a deadly assassin? What else would the Brotherhood like to know? My spies watched the Order's old headquarters from this camp. Saw supply carts start arriving a few days ago. If you want to weaken the Order, destroy their siege weapons and stop them from initiating more recruits. You'll be doing us both a favor. The Primate offered pardons to any Red Sails pirates who agreed to take the vows of the Order. Since Fortunata's death, they've been flocking to the Enclave. I wish I knew what Artorias was planning to do with an army of priests and pirates. Whatever gave you that idea? The Order is a company of warrior priests dedicated to protecting the Cathedral of Akatosh. At least that's how they started. Now they recruit anyone who can wield a sword. I agreed to expand their authority, but... my back was against the wall. Between Anvil's aggressive overtures and the rampant increase in murders, I needed help. Primate Artorias offered the Order, and I reluctantly agreed. That was before I learned the Black Dragon was one of their number. Just that the Black Dragon is one of the deadliest warriors I've ever seen. Wears armor as dark as oblivion and twice as frightening. Even makes the rest of the Order nervous. Right after I received the first reports about her, the murders began. Not a clue. We only suspected that the murder victims were members of your guild recently, so my spies never even explored that line of questioning. No offense, but if the lot of you wound up destroying each other, I wouldn't lose any sleep over it. By the Ruby Throne, stop doing that! I've told you everything I know. The Order of the Hour has increased its numbers by offering pardons to Fortunata's pirates, and the Black Dragon can be found in the Enclave of the Hourglass. Now, leave me be!
Assassin, I hoped I might run into you here. Who do you think you are to question my actions? If you must know, Astara sent me to look into the Order of the Hour's activities. Siege weapons, new recruits. They're building an army out here. Saw right through that, did you? Astara didn't send me. That was a lie. I'm here without contract or permission. I know this might be hard for you to understand, but I need to do this. For Simbar. Just one thing. I need to find the Black Dragon and make her pay for what happened to Simbar. I heard her voice and I'd recognize it anywhere. Are you going to stand in my way? I don't expect you to understand, and I don't want your help. Those siege weapons and other preparations the Order is making, by the way. You should do whatever you can to destroy them and disrupt their operations.
To me, warrior!
It seems you have me at a disadvantage, but you don't have to be afraid of me. Put away your weapons, and I'll help you in whatever way I can. The Black Dragon! How brave of you to seek the most powerful warrior in our order. I can show you where her chambers are, if you like. You know, the Black Dragon was a lot like you once, before she sought redemption. As I understand it, she was an assassin. She killed on command and with impunity, leaving a graveyard full of corpses in her wake. She's a member of the Dark Brotherhood. That is, she was, until they pushed her too far. Members of the Order are encouraged to talk about their pasts. But we should get to someplace more private. You don't want to get caught out in the open if more of the Order appears. I'll take you to the Black Dragon's chambers. We can talk there. Stay close. Huh. Looks like we're all alone.
Assassin, up here. I'm waiting for the Black Dragon.
Setting a trap for the dragon. Is that the idea?
Wait, who's that with you?
I am death, you silly fool! We'll meet again, assassin, and next time I'll be ready to deal with you.
Don't mourn for me, assassin. I have always dreamed of the void. I'll see Simbar and the Dread Father soon. But you need to warn Astara. The Black Dragon is...
So, Assassin, was the Count's information worth all the trouble he put us through? The Black Dragon is one of the Order. That puts everything that she's done to us in a new perspective. What else did you uncover? The Grand Sermonizer, the Chanters, now an army of religious warriors. It seems the priests of Akatosh have declared war against the Dark Brotherhood. Were you able to learn anything else about the Black Dragon? So the Count was using the ruins of Dossick Moor to spy on the Order of the Hour? Now if we only had some idea as to who's inside the Black Dragon's armor. One of our brothers and sisters? I don't recognize the name, but there are other sanctuaries. Why would our sister hunt us? And why work for the Order of the Hour? Where's Mirabelle? I need her to do some digging. You encountered the Black Dragon? And you survived? But Mirabelle, why was she even there? I knew her recklessness was going to get her killed. And now we face a greater threat. For all that you've learned, there's still so much we don't know. Well, that's something at least. I just wish we hadn't lost another sister along the way. That's enough for now, Assassin. Speaker Tyrannus and I have much to discuss. The Black Dragon has struck again. Mirabelle is dead.
This happened during the Assassin's mission. Did we learn anything? Or did Mirabelle die in vain?
We learned that the Black Dragon is the first sword of the Order of the Hour. We recovered her journal and discovered her true name, Lyra.
Lyra. Allow me to study the journal, and its secrets will be revealed.
I can't think of anyone better for the task, brother.
I'll dig into the Black Dragon's journal immediately.
See that you do.
Green Venom Tongue studies that journal with deadly intensity, but he hasn't shared any of his findings with me. I trust him, but I can also tell when he's plotting something. Keep an eye on him for me, Assassin.
That journal you recovered, the contents are disturbingly intriguing. You reported that my old associate, Lyra Viria, is the Black Dragon. The journal, however, claims the Black Dragon killed Lyra. I need to determine the truth of this matter. Lyra was the most skilled of my brothers and sisters. I assumed she died in the purification of my former sanctuary, along with the rest of my old family. If the Black Dragon killed Lyra, why does she use her name? Curiouser and curiouser. I want to pretend I never read that journal, but I can't resist a mystery. The Black Dragon killed Lyra and destroyed my former sanctuary. Or Lyra is the Black Dragon. Either way, I need to know the truth. Will you come with me, Assassin? I'll arrange our transport to my former sanctuary. Meet me near the gates of Anvil when you are ready to depart. And thank you for agreeing to help me. Not far. Just over the border into Black Marsh, as a matter of fact. I haven't been back there in many years. I wonder what we'll find when we finally get there. Purification. That's what they called it. I suppose the term is accurate. Betrayal and corruption festered in our ranks, though I'm not sure what the source was or why it happened. The Black Hand decreed a systematic cleansing was the solution. Another excellent question. I'm going to record that for later. But as for the answer, I was working deep in Black Marsh during that season. Whatever the rest of my sanctuary did to anger the Black Hand, it was obvious that I had no part in it. Perhaps the Black Dragon took Lyra's name as some sort of trophy. Or maybe she adopted it to confuse us. Regardless, I thought Lyra perished along with the rest of my brothers and sisters. I thought I alone had been spared. I'm not sure what to believe, but the Black Dragon certainly implies that in her journal. Whatever the case, only a master assassin could accomplish something as far-reaching as purification. The Black Dragon's skills clearly mark her as such. I abhor a mystery. If I have to confront my past to shed light on the present, then so be it. At least I won't be alone. With you by my side, I am sure I can face whatever secret the purified sanctuary may contain. As much as I admire curiosity, sometimes your questions can be somewhat irritating. The matron asked me to research the journal and give her a report. My research requires that we visit my former sanctuary. All in the line of duty, as it were. Should I go and tell Astara that I am taking her best recruit to a place the Dark Brotherhood destroyed and abandoned, so that we can uncover the truth of the Black Dragon? I'd say no. Let's not do that. She'll hear about it soon enough, anyway. I sometimes forget the details myself, Assassin. That's one of the reasons I write everything down. You discovered that the Black Dragon is a member of the Order of the Hour, but the price for that knowledge was Mirabelle's life, which I have been studying in an attempt to determine what the true connection is between the Black Dragon and Lyra, the sister I thought was killed in the purification. That's what I hope to uncover when we visit my former sanctuary. I haven't walked these marshes in a long, long time. Strange, but it doesn't feel like coming home. I never was able to learn much about the purification. Even the listener refused to talk about it. She did say that the Black Hand can call for purification in extreme circumstances. I just wish I knew what made the purge necessary. This time, though, I think we'll learn something I never knew. At least, I hope we will. Ah, the black door, still intact after all these years. No worries, I'll remember the proper reply.
What is the gift of death?
Solace, my brother.
Welcome home.
Have you ever seen as the Hist sees? Have you ever looked beyond the barrier of time? We're going to need to see with more than our eyes to find the truth in this place. Another excellent question. Keep them coming, Assassin. I believe in preparing for every contingency, so I brought along this resin. When burned, its fumes reveal things that are hidden from our feeble eyes. Can't you sense it? We are not alone in here. I'll need you to deal with anything that tries to stop us while I keep the flame burning. Didn't I explain that already? Let me check my notes. Interesting. The sanctuary was abandoned by the living, yes, but it still holds many dark secrets. Secrets even the resin may not reveal. We should be on our guard. Then let me light the flame. Breathe deep and let the resin open your eyes. It might be uncomfortable, but I urge you not to resist. The effects should be temporary in all likelihood. Let the fumes lead us to the answers we seek. When the Black Hand sealed the sanctuary, I had no idea they left the bodies where they fell. Let's see what the resin reveals.
Wait, Lyra, you know me. I'd never betray the Brotherhood.
I do know you, Annalise, but my orders are clear.
Please, there has to be another way.
If only that were true. Goodbye, sister.
Lyra. More remains. Another dead associate. Another piece of this sorry puzzle.
What? Are those tears? Executioners aren't supposed to cry, Lyra. Come, plunge your blade into my heart. If Sithis calls for me, I will gladly leap into the void. When we are called, we must obey.
You really believe that? Even now, you think this insanity has some sort of meaning?
Purpose and meaning are illusions for the masses. But we know the truth, Lyra. Now strike and send me home.
Clarity blooms through the fog of the Hist, but to be charged with such a terrible task. Walking these halls reminds me of the story they used to tell to scare the initiates. The tale of the wrath of Sithis.
Traitor! I'm not the one who betrayed my brothers and sisters.
The Black Hand would never sanction this. I don't believe it.
You don't need to believe it. You simply need to die.
In the old stories, the wrath of Sithis appeared to carry away the souls of traitors. If that's true, I wonder why purification was even necessary. Another set of remains. I hope this is the last.
Lyra? Is something wrong, sister?
I'm sorry it's come to this, brother.
What are you doing? No, Lyra! Stop!
She completed the purification of her own sanctuary. I can't even imagine what that must have done to her. How terrible. Lyra was ordered to purify her own sanctuary. To kill her own brothers and sisters. I never even imagined. It means I was kept in the dark about the purification. I understand why they thought that was necessary, but it doesn't change the fact that I had to learn the truth on my own. Lyra didn't die in the Purge. She was the Black Hand's sword. That still eludes me. Obviously, the Black Dragon wants us to believe that she and Lyra are one and the same. But I can't imagine Lyra turning her back on the Night Mother, on Sithis. There is a piece missing from this puzzle. I just know it. After Lyra completed the purification, she would have gone to the shrine of Sithis to make an offering and pray over her success. It was her usual ritual. Let's visit the shrine and see if any images remain of that moment in time. Look, I was right. There is another memory to see.
Dread Father, can you hear me? Do you see what they forced me to do? Was this truly your will? Did Mother really command this? I did as I was told, but it still feels wrong. Please, Dread Father, talk to me. Were all these deaths truly what you wanted?
Allow me to assure you, child. You have done exactly as you were commanded.
Speaker, I didn't know you were here.
Another sacrament has been performed. You must go to the city of Kvatch and eliminate Jonas, the primate of Akatosh.
But Speaker, my family, I need time to...
Your family? Such personal attachments are beneath you. Remember who you really are. Ruthless, ambitious. You are my silencer. My weapon.
Yes, Speaker. I remember. I'll go to Kvatch immediately.
Well, wasn't that revealing? I might have to find other uses for these wonderful fumes. It appears that not only did Lyra complete the purification of our old sanctuary as she was commanded, but she also took on another contract when she was done. Before his grandness Artorius ascended to the top of the religious hierarchy, Primate Jonas was the tip of the tower as far as Akatosh's followers were concerned. There were rumors, but this proves that Jonas didn't succumb to natural causes. An excellent question. If the Black Dragon really is Lyra, I'll kill the traitor myself. Meet me in Kvatch, Assassin. I have a little resin remaining. With it, we might be able to determine what occurred during Lyra's final contract. I can't explain it, but I have a feeling that this is the place. Perhaps a residual effect of breathing so much of the fumes. I've only enough resin left for a few more precious seconds, so let's hope I'm right about this location. Then breathe deep of the resin's fumes one last time. Let's see if we can learn the fate of my lost sister, Lyra.
Put away your weapon, child. We have much to discuss. You feel lost without purpose, but the opposite is true. Everything has led you to me.
Oh, really? I just see another witness that needs to be silenced.
I performed the sacrament that brought you here. Not because Primate Jonas needed to die, but because the Dragon God wanted us to join forces.
Join forces? I don't understand.
You need to turn away from the void and step into the light. Join me, and together we'll walk the path to redemption.
Redemption? I'm a murderer. There's no redemption for someone like me.
Nonsense, child. Akatosh performs more impressive miracles than that all the time. We just need to turn your talents to the holy work of the Dragon God. Become my champion, a sword of Akatosh, my black dragon that burns away evil's darkness.
Yes, I see it now. I pledge my blade and my life to you and to Akatosh. Show me the way.
The visions don't lie. The fumes confirmed my worst fears. Lyra abandoned the Dark Brotherhood and became the Black Dragon. She betrayed us all. Lyra Viria died the day the Black Dragon was born, just as the journal said. My friend is gone. All that remains is another enemy of the Dark Brotherhood, an enemy that will die by my hand. And that's the information we need to convey to Astara. Servant and master both need to be dropped into the void for daring to strike against us.
Of course I know where you went, Venom. If I didn't intend for that to happen, you'd be a backpack by now. Tell me what you uncovered.
All evidence points to one conclusion. Lyra is the Black Dragon, and she's working for Primate Artorius.
The Black Dragon was one of us. She knows how we think, how we act. Artorius uses our own weapon against us.
Give me the order, Matron. Let my blade be the one that ends the Black Dragon's life.
Patience, brother. Let me consider the ramifications. Your connection to Lyra could be a boon in this matter, but it could also be a detriment. Ah, here comes our assassin. Back from the wilds of Black Marsh, I see. Come, let's talk. Green Venom Tongue gave me his report on your little jaunt. What you discovered shows how the past sometimes comes back to haunt us. Since this concerns the Primate, Speaker Tyrannus and the Black Hand will determine our next move. Would you prefer punishment to praise, Assassin? Let the Black Hand decide how we navigate these troubled waters. For now, work your contracts, sharpen your skills. The Black Dragon will pay for her transgressions, as will her master, Artorius. Word has come back from the Black Hand. It's time to do to Lyra Viria what she did to her brothers and sisters. It's time for the Black Dragon to die. No. Due to his seniority and knowledge of the target, that honor's been bestowed upon Green Venom Tongue. He's already tracked Lyra to Knight's Grave and is preparing to strike. I have a different task in mind for you. I want you to follow Green Venom Tongue and make sure the deed is done. I don't doubt his loyalty, but they were friends once. If he falters in the slightest, it will be his blood that stains the ground. No matter what, the Black Dragon must die. Go to Knight's Grave and make sure that Green Venom Tongue succeeds. But if the Black Dragon manages to overcome him, then I expect you to end Lyra and make her pay for betraying her brothers and sisters. Of course, Assassin. What details are unclear to you? Knight's Grave is an imperial ruin situated near the northwest shore of the Gold Coast. Legends claim it dates back to the founding of the Order of the Hour, but now it's nothing but tumbled stones and forgotten memories. Whatever happened to Lyra after she purified her sanctuary and went to Kvatch, it seems clear that she developed a powerful bond with the Order and their god. Green Venom Tongue believes she's gone there to contemplate her next move. Thanks to the efforts of you and Green Venom Tongue, we learned that the Black Dragon is Lyra Viria. Moreover, you discovered that Lyra was a member of the Dark Brotherhood, a silencer who was part of Green Venom Tongue's former sanctuary. Indeed. Perhaps that's where she acquired her taste for killing her brothers and sisters. After the purification, she received a contract to murder the current primate's predecessor, and consequently became Artorias' Black Dragon. The primate has rallied the Order against us. Between the problems with the sermonizers and the chanters, and the revelation that the Black Dragon is the Order's first sword, it's clear that Artorias has a quarrel with the Brotherhood. He had no problem performing the sacrament, that much is certain. Artorias is dangerous, but Lyra remains the immediate threat. I believe you have somewhere to be, Assassin.
If you're going to follow me anyway, why don't you come and help me figure out how to open these doors? The matron sent you, didn't she? Wants to make sure I don't botch the kill? Very well. I don't mind the company. These braziers will open the doors, but I haven't been able to figure out the proper sequence to ignite them. Maybe you'll have better luck. This place was once important to the Order of the Hour, back when the group was first founded. These statues are similar to the ones we passed on the stairs. I wonder if that's significant. It worked. Well done. Let's hurry, Assassin.
They sent you to hunt me down. I suppose that's what happens when all the good assassins have already been eliminated.
Lyra? Ah, a shadow. Clever. Very clever. The Black Dragon's using shadows to track our progress.
You'd kill me, Venom? You were my brother once. Join me and forget your obligations.
Join you? I am going to send you to the Void, traitor.
The Brotherhood is a pox. It deserves to be destroyed.
What lies did Artorias fill your head with, Lyra? Assassin, did you see that?
The Order.
That wasn't
I am done
Lyra's
being
shadows.
used, Venom.
Like something
Just
out of the
leave
old
me
stories
alone.
we see. I can't do that, Lyra. You brought this on yourself.
Turn back! I don't want to kill you!
Interesting. It seems that gate blocks our way. One moment. I think I can get through that break in the bars. Let's see if this switch opens the gate. No, but it did open this other door. This is still my kill, Assassin. When one door opens, the best course is to leap right through. Try to find another path. If you hurry, maybe I'll let you help me make the kill.
You are a determined one, I'll give you that. You must have really bought into the Brotherhood's lies. I believed the lies once, when they told me we were family. Then they made me kill them.
I almost had her, but Lyra was always a step faster than me. I saw the wrath of Sithis, Assassin. The Dread Father hunts her too. Just like in the old stories, you're the Blade of Sithis. Kill her, and the Dread Father will claim her soul.
What did the Brotherhood give me? Nothing but guilt and shame. The Order, they offered me redemption. But in the end, it was just more lies. And you know whose lies hurt the most? Primate Artorias. Artorias isn't as pious as he pretends. You know, he even had me murder his beloved mentor. And now I'll kill Green Venom Tongue too. If we betray the Brotherhood, does the wrath of Sithis really claim our souls? Green Venom Tongue challenged me and failed. What hope do you have? Even my shadows are more substantial than you. Now's your chance to impress me, assassin. Show me every flaw, every weakness. If you're the best your sanctuary can throw against me, they're already all dead! Not bad for someone who's swinging at shadows! With each of my shadows you dispatch, I learn one more way to kill you! Primate Artorias manipulated all of us. He led us to this cliff. Will you leap and continue to follow his lies? I told Artorias the location of your sanctuary. Brema was good enough to reveal it to me before I slit her throat. The Order of the Hour will purify your sanctuary. You cannot stop it. And here we are, I'm ready to die. Let's see if you're good enough to kill me. You remind me of who I was. That's, if not redemption, at least in No! What's happening? The stories were true. Sithis! Have mercy!
The Black Dragon killed Green Venom Tongue, didn't she? Damn her to Oblivion's darkest realm, and damn me for sending another brother to his death. But what else? Tell me the rest, Assassin. As it was ordered, so was it done. I'm impressed, Assassin. Lyra turned her back on the Night Mother and killed so many of the family, but you brought her down. The Void gathers all souls. But something else troubles you. Talk to me. The Black Dragon made our sister talk. I'd bring Lyra back to life and kill her again if such was within my power. Artorius knows our location. As soon as he gathers the courage, he'll send the Order of the Hour against us. Eventually, when Artorius feels the time is right. But he'll hesitate to make the first move, to send his soldiers into our Viper's nest. We have time to prepare. In the meantime, I'll confer with the Speaker. When you return, the Primate will die.
So the new blade brought down the Black Dragon, and I didn't expect you'd survive your first contract.
All our brothers and sisters murdered. But we are safe now, right? The Black Dragon's dead.
The assassin ended the threat of the Black Dragon, but we won't be safe until Artorius joins her in the Void.
But the Primate speaks for Akatosh. Isn't that blasphemy?
It can't be blasphemy if we don't adhere to that religion, Hilda.
I want to plunge my dagger into him. Once for every brother and sister he's killed.
Artorius will die. You have my word on that. And you'll each have a hand in the slaying. Now move. We have preparations to make.
The Black Hand has studied the situation, and we have devised a strategy for dealing with the Order of the Hour. We will strike first, attacking from the shadows and winnowing their numbers while you stalk our true enemy, Primate Artorius. I want you to kill Artorius and fill the Void with his blood. Let the Order see what it means to challenge the Dark Brotherhood. Show them what happens when you hunt the Hunters. But reaching Artorius will require all of your brothers and sisters. One man hiding behind thick walls and guarded by a small army. Tanek is in Kvatch, seeking a way for you to breach the cathedral's defenses. Astara and the rest of your brethren will follow after you. Reach Artorius, and kill well, assassin. Meet Tanek in Kvatch. He should have had plenty of time to find a way past Artorius' defenses so that you can enter the cathedral. Other members of your family will join you once the way has been opened. As some in power reach higher levels, the rungs they stand upon become more tenuous. I assume that since Artorius once used the Brotherhood to rise to the top, he began to worry that someone would do the same to stop him. He decided to strike first. Does that surprise you? People from all walks of life seek the services we provide. Nobles, priests, commoners. It makes no difference to the Night Mother. Artorius wanted to become Primate. He asked us to remove his predecessor, and we complied. And we're a collection of lone assassins. I say let them come. Let them march into our empty halls as the shadows close around them. We are those shadows, cutting them down one by one. When night falls upon the Order, it will be everlasting. These orders come from the Black Hand. Besides, your matron has another task. She leads your brethren on a hunt to pick off the Order, reduce their numbers. They'll be at your side when you need them most. And then, a primate will die.
If I had known I'd have to do manual labor, I never would have joined the Brotherhood. But I found a way into the cathedral that isn't locked up tight. It just took some digging. No, really, some actual digging. Inside this mausoleum. When they expanded the catacombs under the cathedral some years back, the floor of this crypt collapsed. If you're squeamish, don't worry. Somebody was kind enough to relocate the bodies. I had no trouble expanding the hole. Heavy lifting? More like heavy digging. I had to clear some rubble out of the way, but now there's a passage that's big enough to maneuver through.
Hildegard! Which way did you... Ow! Smarts! I'll deal with the little ones. You take care of their mother.
Astara, assassin, this way.
First one of you Order fanatics that moves gets an arrow
What
in
are
the
you
eye.
waiting for? Get in there and kill
Among
those
us!
murdering deviants.
And so, the assassins finally arrive.
Time to die, Artorias.
Time! Time is my domain, murderer, not yours.
Assassin, strike true!
I will not beg for mercy from the likes of you!
To the void with you, Artorias. May the Dread Father grant you the welcome you so richly deserve. Stand tall, brothers and sisters. We are the Dark Brotherhood. Now back to the Sanctuary, my assassins. We have friends to remember and a victory to celebrate.
Welcome home, assassin. I know what occurred, but I want to hear it from your lips. Say the words, and say them loud. Then the head of the beast has been cut off. Well done, assassin. We will reach out to Count Carolus and the Order of the Hour to make sure this ill-conceived war ends here. Regarding Artorias and the Black Dragon, no. That threat has passed. But there is one more thing. Step back, assassin, and prepare yourself. Sweet mother, look upon your child and smile. For the unworthy have been cleansed in blood and in fear. Her heart shines with the color of night. Her song sings with the music of life. Her gaze inspires fear, and her hands grant the gift of death. The Dread Father acts through her, and her work has just begun.
Step forward, loyal sister.
Step forward, my silencer.
Hail, Sithis!
You are a silencer now, an honored member of our family. I expect you to fill the Dread Father's void with many, many souls. Go forth, silencer, and may your blade never lose its edge.
Silencer, I hope you carry the title with pride. You don't answer to me anymore, but we're happy to have you work with us whenever you wish.
I look forward to working with you again, Silencer. Perhaps we could share a murder spree sometime soon, yes?
I am glad Artorias is dead. Does that make me a bad person? He took Mirabelle and Simba and the others away from us. Ultimately, their deaths are on his head. I'm glad I was there to see you finish him off, Silencer.
If Green Venom Tongue were still here, he'd be writing this all down in that journal of his, preserving the moment for all eternity. Well, he's not here, so thank the Dread Father we won't have to remember a thing.
Silencer, is it? I suppose that's fitting. After all, your name is on 4 of my top contracts now. That's just a Dark Brotherhood joke, my friend. I see your sense of humor is still in a distressing state of disrepair.
I suppose you're wondering, who is this beautiful masked woman, and what is she doing sneaking about Kvatch? The answer is as clear as that cute little nose on your face. I'm here to assassinate someone. We have that in common, if I'm not mistaken. Don't play coy with me, at least not about this. I know you're with the Dark Brotherhood. I'm not, but I'm no threat to you. My target is a corrupt noble of House Lalu. He fled Narcissus, caused something of a scandal. Care to give me a hand? Well, this is your territory after all. I don't want to rankle your superiors by making a social blunder. You're new to the Brotherhood, right? Here's your chance to make a good impression. I'll kill my target, and you can take the credit. Smashing! I do adore a cooperative accomplice. Besides, this will give us a chance to get to know each other better. You do want to get to know me better, don't you? After all, who wouldn't? I thought about entering the castle, but I have the kind of face everyone always remembers. Beautiful. So I was thinking you go inside, sneak into Dathus's room, and open the secret passage. Then I hop in and take care of business. I don't. Not to deal with Dathus, but I do enjoy sleep. And that's hard to come by when the Brotherhood sends assassins in the night. Better they never see me. If it comes down to it, I'd hate to have to kill anyone without the proper paperwork. Right to business? Oh, very well. Dathus Ildrum of House Lalu is one of those blood-sucking creatures that needs to be crushed beneath a heavy boot. He believed fleeing from Morrowind would put him out of reach, but here I am, contract and all. Seemed like bad form to spill all the gory details. Suffice it to say, he swindled some rather important clients and had the audacity to steal from House Lalu itself. The last straw was when he closed 2 orphanages to open a corner club. Wake, wake, my darling. You can sleep when you're dead, which will be sooner than you think.
What? Who are you? What are you doing in my room?
A better question would be, are you here to kill me?
Guards! Guards!
The answer, of course, is most definitely yes. And that saves me the trouble of alerting the castle's defenders. Do me a favor, hero, and make sure someone notices you on your way out.
Murder! Murder in the castle! The Dark Elf Noble is dead! Assassin in the courtyard!
That went surprisingly well. It's amazing what can be accomplished when trusted associates collaborate to get a job done. House Lalu won't recover the gold he embezzled, but at least Dathus won't be tearing down any more orphanages. And you should join me. I find that a warm fire, a strong drink, and a hot bath, not necessarily in that order, help me unwind after a contract. Besides, this is Kvatch. You can pray, or you can pray, or you can drink. I prefer the latter. Not a one hero, but they saw you. Those striking features will be the talk of Kvatch for the next few days.
I'd avoid the guards if I were you. Our plan worked flawlessly. Now I won't have to look over my shoulder for the Brotherhood. Thank you.
Back to Morrowind, I suppose. Or maybe I'll stick around the Gold Coast for a while, see the sights, take in the ambiance. If you have some free time, hero, let's get together. Work on our mutual cooperation. Who knows, you might even enjoy it.
This one must respectfully request that you move along. Roz has dangerous business in these ruins, and you would just get in Roz's way. Unless you would be willing to help stop a dangerous war criminal, yes? Only the notorious Butcher of Bravil, Captain Jenna Apinia. My talkative prisoner finally revealed the captain's location, and she's close. Very close. Soon, with your assistance, Raz will make her pay for her crimes of war and terror. The coward and her loyal soldiers fled Imperial City when the chains fell. In Bravil, they stole valuable items to finance their retirement. When the mayor complained, she ordered her soldiers to start killing. Now, Raz must make an example of her. This one recognized you as a warrior of distinction. We should split up, yes. Explore separately and locate the captain and the stolen items. If you find the captain before I do, please give her Roz's utmost regards. Preferably right in the heart. Questions? At a time like this? As you wish. This one is Razumdar, just a simple Khajiit who seeks the best for all people of Tamriel. And a soap that won't dry the fur. One day. Some answers are too dangerous to hear, yes? But this one is also an Eye of the Queen. That means... No, never mind what that means. Just understand. Captain Apinia decided it was all right to kill innocent people. For that, Roz will make her pay. Official trinkets. Valuable to the right people, Roz supposes, but mostly important to Bravil citizens. Let's see. There's the city's seal, the tax collector's ledger, and the mayor's signet ring. You can see why Bravil wants them back, yes? Roz's friend here, a pirate on the ship Apinia hired, says they found safe haven with the agents of the Gold Coast Trading Company. What they're doing in the ruins, Roz has no clue. Evil? Roz doesn't like to judge. Greedy, as the day is long. If Roz is feeling generous, maybe he'll send Apinia's head to the company's boss when we're done. Meanwhile, my friend will sit quietly while we hunt. Or he'll be dead. Roz can't decide. Butcher of Bravil! This one claims your head! Ah, nothing sharpens the claws like dispatching criminals and murderers. And we all survived, which makes the victory that much sweeter. Apinia is dead, so she won't slaughter any more citizens. That will please Queen Irene, which pleases Roz. And we recovered Bravil's trinkets. A good day's work, yes? This one might stick around. Look into trading company. Stay fragrant, my friend.
You look rather well equipped. Your weapons, of course. Don't want to get booted from an establishment for using the wrong words again. Are you here about my notice? If that's the case, you're the first suitable candidate to approach me. I do hope your curiosity turns into acquiescence. For the job, of course. I never mean to imply anything else. I need to stop a murderer. Now, before you say, a murderer, just point me in the right direction, I have to admit, it's not that simple. Yes, let me explain. This killer announces his intentions long before he strikes, putting the fear of Myr and men in his victims. You'd think with a warning they could avoid their fate, but alas, no. All dead. In the most heinous manner imaginable. A message in an innocent sweet roll. Now he's targeted my associates. This scroll lists everyone who's recently received the threatening pastry. Talk to them and learn their connection before the killer strikes. Discover the link that connects these individuals and you'll find their murderer, hopefully while they're still alive. Do this for me, and I promise you'll like the reward I'm offering. Gold isn't the only favor I'm willing to provide. My sincerest apologies. I didn't mean to offend you. I guess some people wouldn't be satisfied with all the golden anvil or my huge... Nothing! Duly noted. I promise never to make such implications again. Is there anything else you want to ask about before you start hunting the murderer? I'm a respected member of the Gold Coast Trading Company. When I heard that a number of my most trusted associates, as well as other individuals in the area, received one of these tainted sweet rolls, I knew I had to do something. Word gets around. There have been rumors of this sweet roll killer for quite some time. But when one of my associates wound up dead after receiving a delicious baked good, I started making the connection. Not in the least. They really are delicious. No, what makes them so insidious are the tiny notes they contain. A veiled threat and a prediction of impending doom. It's ruining our profits, my tasty friend. And that's something I can't abide. Oh, it's been nothing but a parade of beggars and unworthy miscreants, I assure you. If the lot of those ugly Ogrim lovers were on that list, I guarantee I wouldn't be offering this reward. You, on the other hand, seem to be perfect for the job. Deputized thugs and warrior priests, no thank you. I already have more than enough hands in my gold pouch, what with the demands of business and all. Besides, I'd rather keep this between you and me. It's so much more intimate, don't you agree?
I told you to leave me alone! Don't you dare follow me. I've got some apples and I know how to use them. I found the sweet roll killer, Commander. Help!
I don't think this is what Raz meant when he said, be discreet. Raz is thinking this spy business might not work out for the Lady Elf. At the first sign of trouble, she lights herself on fire, screams at the top of her lungs, and runs in circles. Raz does not remember that technique in the handbook. The work of the Queen's eyes, that's what's going on here. That business with Captain Apinia wrapped up so quickly, Raz decided to look into another matter before heading home. Turns out, this other matter has eluded Raz for many years. The locals call him the Sweet Roll Killer, yes? Much better than our term. The one who predicts your death and then stabs you in the face. Raz sees that you're looking into this as well. Perhaps we can exchange notes, help each other out. The Rat Master has ears everywhere, and who knows who our stabby-faced killer is. Don't want to give away our plans before we formulate them, yes? Raz suggests we go somewhere more private, once you finish your investigation. Raz and Lady Elf will meet you in our safe house after you finish your tasks. We've commandeered the Enchanter's shop. Not the most luxurious hiding place, but this one has had worse. We're going to have a glorious adventure, just like old times.
Not you too. Can't you people just leave me alone? I come out here to think, and all I get is suspicious glances and unfounded accusations. You know I'm a baker, correct? So who else could be the sweet roll killer? Oh, imbeciles. Despite the threats and the loss of business, I did receive one of those menacing sweet rolls. The note inside even predicts my impending death. Would it do any good? From what I've heard, everyone who receives these prognosticating pastries dies, despite the explicit warnings. Who am I to suppose I can avoid the fate that so clearly awaits me? No, I have work to do and my life to live. At least as long as I'm able. People enjoy my cakes and pies. I'd never deny them such delicious treats. But why do the predictions of a tasty bun concern you, I wonder? Seriously? Well, good luck with that. I truly wish you well. All the same, I'll continue with my chosen course of action, seeing as how no one has been able to stop the sweet roll killer so far. Unless, of course, you have a better suggestion. I suppose I'll be here a while longer, relaxing before I need to return to my ovens and cooling racks. But eventually, I have to get back to work. My sweet rolls won't make themselves, you know.
I love wandering the merchant stalls, examining all the goods that we helped bring to the Gold Coast. I get a certain amount of pleasure from experiencing the result of all my paperwork and negotiations. How did you know about that? I didn't tell anyone. Of course, it was delivered to the trading company building, so I suppose someone could have seen it arrive. Yes, I received a sweet roll. Came in a small box. At first, I thought nothing of it. I took a bite and found a slip of paper inside, with a message, but it didn't sound very threatening. Not until you mentioned it. Tomorrow is your last day in Kvatch. I just assumed I'd be going to Anvil in a few days, for business. What? You really think so? I've heard of the Sweet Roll Killer, sure, but why would he target me? I think I'd better just keep doing what I've been doing. Remain in the market, near all the merchants and their customers. That's safe, right? But there was that wood elf merchant we worked with. I found him floating in a river not far from here. He got a sweet roll with a message. Kept to his daily routine despite the warning. Then, one day, he never showed up at the trading company. Raymond? I'd rather not discuss my relationship with Raymond if you don't mind. He's everything I abhor about a certain class of trader. Greedy, self-indulgent, and interested in nothing more than increasing his hoard of gold. You were? Well, that makes me feel so much better. If anyone can stop the Sweet Roll Killer, I imagine it will be someone just like you. I'm going to finish my tour of the merchant stalls, unless you think that's unwise. That's excellent advice, friend. I'll stay in the market until closing time, and then I'll head over to the Gold Coast Trading Company building. That place is built like a fort.
Can't you people just leave me alone? I come out here to think, and you know I'm a baker. Would it do any good? I met some of them when they came. Seriously? Well, good luck with that. I truly wish you well. All the same, I'll continue with my chosen course of action, seeing as how no one has been able to stop the Sweet Roll Killer so far. Unless, of course, you have a better suggestion. You're suggesting I challenge fate? Alter my comfortable schedule in hopes of avoiding certain death? I suppose that makes a modicum amount of sense. Anvil is nice this time of year, and the pirates do appreciate a good sweet roll.
Oh, hello. Careful where you step. I just planted some seeds, and I'd hate to have to start all over again. But you didn't come over to hear me complain. What can I help you with today? A sweet roll? How do you know about... Yes, I received a sweet roll, just as my husband did before he disappeared. What interests are my troubles to you, I wonder? Really? Did Riemann hire you? How kind. Though why he cares now when he couldn't have been bothered after my husband vanished makes me curious as to his true intentions. Perhaps fate will take a different course. Certainly I didn't predict your involvement. I thought I did. Well, No, I don't know him that well. I mean, I know people like him. Liars and cheaters who use people and take advantage of their giving nature. So Riemann hired you to stop the murderer. I find that to be very interesting. My husband, he received one of those sweet rolls with the message inside, just like I did. The dire prediction frightened him, I can tell you that. He gathered weapons and locked himself in his study. But he still disappeared without a trace. No, not even a drop of blood to remember him by. But my husband was just one of a series of murders linked to this sweet roll killer. It's been going on for months and months, and now Riemann suddenly cares? I wonder why he's had a change of heart. No. The others who received the sweet rolls, I'm sure they need more help than me. I've got a house in Anvil. I can hide there until you catch the murderer. Just watch out for that Riemann. His own interests are more important to him than anything else.
Raz knew you would find us. It's not much, but it's private. The Enchanter is an old friend. I helped her out once when an enchantment went bad. Made most of Raz's fur fall out. Very embarrassing. Still, now we get this comfy meeting place. Raz has seen these types of killings before. A victim receives a sweet roll that contains a prediction of impending doom, then is murdered a few days later. The murderer killed several of the Queen's advisors and then escaped. Made Raz look bad. So much doubt! Haven't you figured out that Raz is perfect yet? But yes, I fear we're dealing with the same monster. Luckily, my apprentice received a sweet roll. That means we can set a trap. There's just one problem. Alright, probably more than one. But what concerns Raz is the network of messengers the killer is using to deliver his gifts. They've placed notes in the oddest locations. Raz fears these actions indicate the killer plans to strike, and soon. We locate a messenger and figure out what they've been placing around town. Maybe even get them to lead us right to the killer. Meet Raz outside and we'll track them together. What about her? Oh, Raz sees what you're getting at. She'll stay here and hopefully not wind up murdered. She's still in training, and we haven't gotten to the use of weapons yet. Last time I gave her a dagger, she almost put out her eye. Raz is glad you agree. Weapon safety is very important, yes? Now, let's go track down the killer. A coded message? Raz hates riddles. You'll figure it out, yes?
Trials heaped upon Akatosh's faithful servants.
The challengers stand victorious. Hold on. The Arena Master is signaling for the main event. Now the real contest begins. Challengers, prepare to face the champions of the Kvatch Arena, the Order of the Hour!
Squares here.
You really shouldn't break into a house that someone has already broken into. Where's your sense of honor, Razandar?
Ah, of course. The beautiful darkness. Wait, is Naryu the sweet roll killer? Raz would be sad to have to kill you now.
Well, I am a killer, but I'm not the killer. And what's that one doing here? This has nothing to do with the Brotherhood.
Raz is confused. You better talk to Naryu so we can figure out what's going on here.
If you and your Brotherhood comrades sent me that sweet roll, I'm truly disappointed. I thought you'd realize by now that I don't take kindly to threats. Besides, it's hard not to look good in tight leather without being tempted by tasty pastries. No one knew I was on the Gold Coast. No one except you. Suddenly, someone delivers a sweet roll with my name on it and a note predicting my untimely demise. It looks like you betrayed me. Give me a reason not to run you through. So you followed my messengers and found me instead? Ever since I received the threatening sweet roll, I've been looking into other targets, trying to figure out who knows me and why they want to kill me. Well, why they want to kill me this time. Everyone who received one of the menacing sweet rolls is traveling to Anvil for one reason or another. Seems to me, if the killer is smart, that's where he'll make his move. As a matter of fact, I'm headed there now. No one threatens me and lives. Just don't get in my way. I'm still trying to figure out your game in all this. But we've worked well together in the past. Might as well take advantage of that. I'll confer with Raz to make sure he and I see eye to eye, and we'll meet you in Anvil.
Raz has ears as sharp as a dire wolf. This one heard everything you said. The Queen would probably frown upon working with the likes of Nario Virium, but Raz says the more the merrier. At least until we catch the sweet roll killer.
If you stare at that statue any harder, Raz, your eyes will pop right out of your head.
Raz is just admiring the beautiful mermaid. It is so large and shapely.
Is the cat always like this?
Actually, this is one of Raz's good days.
Good, we're all here. Now the real fun can start. Raz and I have been discussing our options, at least when I can get him to take his eyes off the mermaid. I'm eager to see who the murderer really is. Mostly so I can kill him. Already have one hero. Raz wants the Wood Elf and I to stick close so he can watch out for us. We'll gather the rest of the targets and get them to safety. I'd prefer to let the killer find me and finish this, but the cat is very insistent. I don't trust Riemann. He hired you to look into all this, but I think he knows more than he told you. Go to the Gold Coast Trading Company and find out whatever you can about this fool. He makes my ears tingle, which tells me he's hiding something. Never met the man, but Raz filled me in on the details. I had my eyes and ears around town do some digging. They confirmed that Riemann visited with all the targets right before he hired you. My guess is he never told you about a lot of things. That's why I want you to go and take a closer look at him. Get rough if you have to, but make sure he tells you everything he knows. He might have the key we need to stop the Sweet Roll killer. Oh, I'd enjoy a little rough play with you, hero. But for now, I want you to go learn more about Riemann, preferably while holding a blade to his throat. He met with all of the Sweet Roll killer's targets except me. And I want to know why that is.
You're going after Riemann? Good. He's worse than a guar in heat. Tried to get fresh with me when he came to ask about the sweet roll I received. Bet he walked with a limp for a week after I kicked him right where it hurts.
Raz will work with the lovely Nario. Make sure the remaining targets get to the hostel safely. Meanwhile, you go interrogate Riemann. Make him talk. Use whatever methods you deem necessary. Just don't tell Raz what they are, yes?
This is your fault. I never should have hired you. What was I thinking? Because of you, the killer decided that I was a threat. Sent my own sweet roll with a message inside. Then she cut me with her poison blade. Now I'm dying. because of you. I found her on one of my trading expeditions. She talked of visions, how they helped her shape the ripples of fate. Crazy talk, but useful. You understand? I could point her at a target, like an arrow, set her loose and watch them die. Not anymore, obviously. You mentioned my name. Shouldn't have done that. She knows I betrayed her. Knows I sent you to eliminate her. Hid my involvement in all this. I knew at the moment I arrived in Anvil and saw the sweet roll waiting for me. You met her. The gardener. She has a farmhouse, southeast of Anvil. But she won't be there for long. I'm dying, and it's your fault. I hope you realize I'm not going to pay you for this.
Raz must happily report that we found almost all of the killer's targets. The only one still missing is the Dark Elf Gardener. Perhaps this villain isn't as formidable as Raz had feared. But you have other news for us, yes? Really? Raz is impressed. Did you threaten and cajole? It's Riemann, correct? We can go to the inn, get drunk, and put this sorry affair behind us. Wait. Riemann isn't a her. The gardener? No wonder Raz couldn't find her. But we're wasting time. If you know where the murderer is, we should get moving. Let's go dunk this sweet roll killer in the bitter milk of justice. Raz has made a deal with the Anvil Guard. It took more gold than Raz expected, but these people will be taken care of while we're away.
It appears your predictions of fate were right. I came to Anvil, breaking my usual routine, and still no sign of this killer. I do wonder if this sweet roll I received was merely a gift from someone else.
I took your advice and kept myself in the company of others, though I was a little surprised when your companions here grabbed me from the pub. I thought I was a goner, but here I am, safe and sound.
You're going to leave me alone in this hostel, aren't you? And without a weapon, I bet. Well, I guess I'll just trust the commander and assume that I'll still be alive to celebrate with him after you return.
Now I know what my contracts must feel like, having a constant target floating above their heads. I heard what you told Roz. Let's get to that farm and put an end to the sweet roll killer.
Good spot for an ambush, yes.
Oh, I certainly hope so. I could use a good fight right about now.
You send very mixed messages, Nario. One moment you're flirting, the next you're stabbing. It's very confusing.
Well, that's only because you assume the two are different, Rosm dear.
Raz suspects that all this quiet hides unpleasant surprises. Tread lightly, Sharpclaw. Place was quiet and empty when we arrived. To be fair, we haven't checked any of the buildings yet. Raz wanted to wait for you. No one wants to miss their own party, yes? Whenever you're ready, we can start the search.
The threads of fate align! Kill them now!
Oh, good. Raz has found them.
Enough! Too much blood has been spilled. You've won. I know that. So sheathe your weapons and come inside. I knew you'd find me. The fates told me so. But the climax isn't certain. There are many paths before us. You don't know how much I despise that name. I am a fate bearer, One of the select few who can see what the future holds and then do something about it. Each of my targets has the potential to cause unmitigated disasters. I stop them. Good and evil has no bearing on my visions. It's their actions that concern me. Each causes a ripple that radiates through time until a disaster occurs. Economic collapse, the death of a prominent leader, a queen betrayed. I had to stop them. Her fate is the worst of all. Her daughter causes the world to burn, or she could. The future is a fluid thing. I have seen my escape and my death, both possible at this moment, and both championed by each of your allies. But the choice is yours. For now, if you let me live, I'll call off the other fate bearers. There's always a chance the future will change. We'll all hope for the best and assume they'll have long lives. But if you kill me, my brethren will find and kill them, eventually.
Raz heard the nonsense that spilled out of the killer's mouth. Why are we even considering bargaining with this crazy dark elf? Well, yes, there is that. Raz changed his mind. Bargaining should be considered. We have to do whatever we can to keep these people safe. Besides, we can always resume the hunt another day. Raz trusts her as much as he can balance on his own tail, which is not at all. He has tried. But these fate bearers, they won't stop until they eliminate each and every target, including Yarbia. Raz cannot let that happen, so Raz says, let her live.
I can't believe you're even considering this. Did you hear how crazy she sounded? Damn right you do. She's crazy as a cracked mud crab. All her talk about fate and the future, and what she said about me. I don't have a daughter. I hate children. It's never going to happen. Any way you look at it, Luna has to die. What about them? She's going to kill again, and she's going to come back for us. She thinks we're going to wreck the world. If we save a few now, how many more will she kill later? I say end her life and be done with it.
Have you come to a decision? Have you chosen which fate will come to pass today? Either those I targeted receive the time to alter their destinies, or you kill me and damn them all. Tell us, and end the suspense, if you please. Then out with it. Don't leave us all in suspense. Which of the possible fates have you decided to favor with your decision? I accept your decision and will honor my word. I'll call off my brethren and will let the streams of fate determine what the future will bring. For now. That I can't promise. It's my burden to bear the dictates of fate, and that burden directs me as it will. For now, the fate bearers will return to Vardenfell, to our shrine of the changing fates. Interesting. It seems we'll meet again there. The fate bearers will deal with the destiny of others. Your charges are safe, for now.
We're just going to let a killer walk away? Are you serious?
If it buys people time, it is for the best. Remember, this helps you as well, Naryu.
If the killer is dead, everyone benefits. We don't even know if we can trust her.
Raz will watch and make sure she leaves the Gold Coast. Then we can meet at the Enchanter shop, yes?
You let her live. I thought I knew you better than that. No one was saved today. I just put off the battle for another day. Just go. I need to get back to Vardenfell anyway. I've had my fill of this tarnished coast.
Raz is happy to report that the crazy dark elf kept her word. She provided the antidote, and we saved the targeted people. Raz could not have done it without your help, my friend. Yes, Rose does not like that either. The murders of the Queen's advisors remain unavenged. Still, Roz thinks we made the correct choice. But these Fate Bearers, do they worry you as much as they worry me? Roz likes how you think. Now, the apprentice elf and I will return home and continue her training. This one wonders if Naryu and the others will ever be truly safe. Vardenfell sounds like a dangerous place that just got more deadly. Raz wishes you the best of luck, my friend, but Vardenfell is a bit out of my jurisdiction. If they show themselves in the Dominion, Raz will deal with them. But in Dark Elf lands, that's someone else's problem, yes? Move it, short apprentice. And do not forget Raz's favorite brush. It would be a tragedy if this beautiful fur got tangled.
This is definitely not what I signed up for.